Decluttering Life Challenge. I welcome you. And as we get going here, today we're about, you know what? Facing our purpose. You know, you never know in life how life will change things and make life so much different. You know, when we face our fears and when we face all our, ourselves, and finding our purpose as a person, it just really gets to my heart to know that you've been with me this long on this challenge. And you know what? It's only going to get better and better and better because, decluttering, for a purpose, basically tonight is facing our purpose. We could talk about having a purpose, and we're going to be facing our purpose. And it's going to be done in a little different way. And I hope it's, a thing. I've had a great day, and my day has been wonderful. And I'm hoping that your night is wonderful too, because you know what? Here at Declares Delight for Life, we love you. We love you with all our hearts, our bodies, our souls. And we pray for you too. And I know for some of you that's a little strange, but we do. And we'll probably say a prayer at the end here to let you guys know. And it's been a busy day. We've been out helping folks. And, I have to admit, I was helping some folks at a food bank. Just here, I had to run home from it. But you know what? It's great to help folks like that because you know what? I feel very blessed even though, my life has been difficult. I feel much more blessed than a lot of those folks that don't have a whole lot. And especially right now, the economy has its issues. There's still things closed up. But you know what? If we can, facing our purpose in life, guess what? You can do anything you want if you can do that. So get ready, charged up, and get ready for a good one. We all have parts of ourselves that we do want to acknowledge or that we want to take responsibility for. That is ourselves. Often we are disconnected from our darkest inner realms, and the only way to find those parts of ourselves is through projections which occur subconsciously and cast our shadow on the world around us, and then it reflects back on us. But, if you're willing to face yourself, you can find your purpose. For example, someone encounters hostile people wherever they go, and usually the self is filled with suppressed hostility. Even if they say they never feel hostile themselves, I hope you don't feel hostile when you're trying to find your purpose, because you know what? Our world is going through enough difficulty because we need to go hand in hand with each other. It's immediately important to be honest with ourselves and about ourselves. I want us to see the nature of your and be aware of the judgments about others. If you assert something, it is not you, but if you judge it, it is. What you judge in others can be a reflection on the qualities that you possess but deny within yourself. In other words, if I'm upset with someone's selfishness, rudeness, condescending nature, it usually is because I'm not accepting those qualities within myself. And that's being honest with you guys. I am not going to, I'm not about fluff. I'm about, great stuff that will change your mind. And that's why I come to you just like this, because this is from all my heart and soul. And I want to be honest with you, because if we're honest with ourselves, guess what? We can change. God changes us constantly. And when we can do that, you can't help but have a great life. And you know what? I love having a great life. So, in other words, if I'm upset with someone's selfishness or rudeness or condescending nature, it's usually because I'm not accepting the qualities within myself. And that's a hard thing for us to do. So I need to look carefully within and see it exhibit these qualities in the past, I'm doing now, or I have the capacity to boy, I'm stuttering. How about that? Oh well, demonstrate those in the future. When I have accepted the qualities within myself, I will not be so deeply offended by others displaying those tendencies. Usually there's an old saying in the Bible, if somebody else has a speck in their eye, look at the log in your own eye. Yes, I know that, it's a hard thing for us to do. But if we can, today's processes are aimed at beginning to own all the parts of yourself and take responsibility for the choices we make in life. Yes, that is so important to our purpose in life. That will help you become more whole and accept and honor yourself. Affirmation for today: I unconditionally accept all parts of myself. And when you can do that, that's a great step towards your purpose, and that's a big deal. And I just want you to think about that today. Be aware of the time you negatively judge someone or something. That, ask yourself, could be a trait possibly by someone that I exhibited in the past. Am I currently exhibiting, or am I capable of manifesting it in the future? Just examining your judgments begins the integration to occur. Because you know what? When we judge other folks, it's judging ourselves. It's only hurting our souls. And when we hurt our souls, think of all the other folks out there too. That's huge. I want you to think about that way. And when we, as a community and as a nation, as a world, is that when we can accept ourselves, there are such wonderful qualities in people that can be joy and peace and such. For the overview today, I want you to be committed to change. Level 1, replacing could with should, going for it. Level 2, letting skeletons out of the closet. I've definitely let a lot of skeletons out here on this closet. And yes, I love sharing it with folks because you know what? My past does not determine my future, but I don't have to shut the door on it. But I use it to help folks like you, and be able to use it to help coach folks and things along those lines. And we do have a spot, and I'm listening for messenger messages if you're interested of being coached by me for 6 months. This is 6 months of coaching I am offering for nothing. So if you want to be coached by me, send me a messenger message on why you'd like to be coached by me by Zoom. I will get back to you just as soon as possible. So I'm putting that out there for you. That's a biggie for me, because I want to be a person who serves, because by serving we get outside of ourselves, and that is so huge. Playing it full out. Level 3, move your body and move your soul. Level 1, replacing the could with the should. Self-criticism is part of the shadow. It is part of that tells us you should do something, and it causes you to feel guilty or ashamed because you are not doing it. Today, make a list of all the things you could do, then take each item and ask yourself these questions. 1, who says I should? And 2, why should I? Think about those questions. Isn't that huge? Yes. Those are questions I've asked myself all the time, and they're huge. And when I ask those questions, I want you to brainstorm for a bit and see if there are any childhood memories or associations regarding the shoulds. Is there a should, or did it come from someone or somewhere else? Now write that list again. This time change the should for could. And after you write, but I choose after this, for example, the sentence, I should immediately respond to every letter and email I get, becomes, I could respond to every letter and email I get immediately, but I choose not to at this time. The truth is, you probably should respond to every letter right away, but if you choose not to, should implies guilt. So while taking responsibility for your actions, you gain freedom by telling yourself the truth. And when you tell yourself the truth, you find your purpose in life. Because when you're truthful with yourself, you can't help but ever play full out. And this is all about playing full out. I want you to play full out, because here at Declares Delight for Life, I want you forever to be part of my family, because you are like my family. I've been with you so long, and through this journey, I start to think back to those first Facebook Lives of mine, and they were just quite interesting. I go back, but that's my journey. We are all on a journey in life, and that is something to think about. So, but left, dominant. These experiences still cast shadows on our present moment and can darken our future. Secrets take a life of their own. They create territories of unspoken with tactic rules and subjects that can never be discussed. They dampen the human spirit and make it harder and harder for the soul. Did you have a family secret which you grew up? Is there anything that about yourself that you do not want anyone to know? Is there something that you are harboring about someone else that weighs you down? Is there something that you've done that you feel ashamed of and have never told anyone? The answer to all these questions may be no, but there is a yes. Write out the secret. Look at it. Then ask, so what? As you do, notice what memories, thoughts, and energy occur within you. Just objectively examining your secrets begins to diminish some of the effects they have on you. Also, if you're really going for it, then I suggest you again taking a risk and telling your secret to someone you trust. You'll be surprised how good it can make you feel. Recently, I was with a friend, late night, and as we cleaned across a water log, I could told her I was so ashamed that I had never told anyone else. I felt humiliated that even to say the words out loud. She said, "That's it." They started to laugh and then howling with laughter. I started to laugh. Hey, I thought, oh, so what? Is that just the moment of deep shame dissolved? Think about it. You know, when you have no skeletons in the closet, there's nothing that anybody can use against you. And when you have no secrets in the closet, like I have no secrets in my closet, and you know what? I love it. Because you know what? It hits me right here in the heart when I have no secrets, because that means nobody can come after me or do anything. I always jokingly say, I says, you know, if you want to know my secrets, go to my Facebook Lives. They're all right there for the public to view, because you know what? I have nothing to be ashamed of. I used to be ashamed of myself, and I know there's a lot of you guys out there that feel ashamed of yourself, but there is nothing to feel ashamed about. You know, if you've had lots of problems, and this is not to be about victimhood. This is about addressing those needs and wants and purposes. And by addressing those needs and everything else, you're finding your purpose in life. You're clearing away the clutter of the past. And clearing away the clutter of the past makes for a greater future. And I want you to know that. Because I know by making those decisions, I do have a future. Level 3, move your body and move your soul. So decide, play full out today. Great, here are your assignments. First, in your process journal, write down your, I don't want to sound a little personal here, sexual history, and describe your first awakenings. And write down the good times, the bad times, the early childhood memories, everything as you write. Continue to notice the emotions and memories surface. Write down your feelings regarding all these events. Remember, although you may have a sexual past. Yes, I have a sexual past, being sexually abused by my father, and he would have people every night, you know, several times a night, and basically they used to say that as a sexual slave, and that's not to bring it down. This is to bring it up, to release the past, not to hold on to it. So, you know, release it. You can release it. I know you can. So next, write a day in the future where your relationship with your sexuality is great. Write it as the future has already happened. I am laying in bed at the lower parts of the past and developed in my arms. And the year is 2021 and I'm alone in love, although I do not have a long-term partner. And I don't. Maybe I will and maybe I won't. But that doesn't necessarily matter. I have God and He is my partner in life. And you know, the second assignment is to take at least 30 minutes in order to dance your darkness and dance your light. That means, you know what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to dance out the darkness, dance out the darkness. And that's what I want you to do. Dance out all that darkness. Let go of it all. And you know what? And by doing that, you can't help but the things change in your body. The shame, the ridden, the guilt, the pitiful, bitter, resentful, bitchy, Mean-spirited. Imagine the qualities blown away by the proportion of the dance and the quality. Do the mean dance. And that's what I'm talking about. Do the mean dance. You know, just get rid of all that meanness, all that ugliness out of your soul with that dance. And then let it go. And you know what? The one thing is, when you're totally abiding this, you let go of that past, and the past doesn't hold on to you. And you experience qualities of joy and kindness and compassion and graciousness and compassion, not only for yourself, but others too. There's a lot of us out there. And you know what? We do not have nothing to be ashamed for. I ate myself up to 494 pounds because I was so ashamed of myself. But you know what? I am not ashamed of myself. And you should not be ashamed of yourself. Because if you're not ashamed of yourself, you can have a great purpose in life. Yes, ourselves are our purpose. Our bodies are our purpose. Our minds are our purpose. Our spirit is our purpose. Life itself is a purpose. And when you can find that, I know this has been quite a different way of looking at purpose of ourselves, but this has been a cleaning out. Yes, a cleaning out of the soul, so you can move on to your purpose in life. And having a purpose in life is wonderful. And with that, declares Delightful Life, I wish you the best love, kindness, compassion, and hope and love. And you know what? Just let it go. You don't have to hold on to all that anymore. By letting it go, guess what? You got a life. And by having a life, we have a life. And with that, I wish you blessings. And here we go again to ending the video, and might be a little funny. So it's okay. Life can be funny.